are back, and we're with Jess Liaudin and Andy Gear. What a star. And we're going all the way to Cage Rage 19. Now, Jess, this was, again, was it in the balance, Ross the Boss Mason, a massive test for you?
Yeah, I mean, this guy's tough. This guy's been around the block a few times.
I mean, I just came back this year beating 2 top 10. Paul Jenkins, your former champion, followed by Doski. Ross is a top 5, fought for the world title, went to a split decision with Paul Daly, and even dropped him in the first round. So it is a big light with good stand-up and very good wrestling. So for me, it was a big test.
Yeah, it was. This was always going to be explosive. This one. I mean, the winner of this one, really. I mean, Ross Mason had already had his shot at Paul Daly, of course, but like you say, it was a split decision. So this guy was pretty much number 2 in the country.
Yeah,
he's
got wicked stand-up, wicked ground game. He's wicked all over. Ross the Boss with his arms and his body popping. He's a great character. But Jez wasn't phased. I mean, that's what I like about you, Jez. You're never phased. You know, he's in the way. Why don't you ever get phased by these guys?
I like the challenge. As you mentioned earlier, I've been fighting for 15 years. Yeah. Over 15 years, that's a career. You're always going to have up and down. That's
of course.
What people don't realize. This is a young cat now, 25 years old, they're all pumped up. I've been there, done that. So sometimes you got a bit of a lack of motivation or even things going on in your life. Yeah. So I've been a bit of a, been going down a little bit and I'm coming back and forth.
Oh, you're coming back all right?
No, and without a doubt.
Without a doubt. So this fight, Cage Rage 19, Ross the Boss versus the Joker.
Here we go, 3-5. Any questions for me on the rules? Okay, protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my words of command at all times. When I say stop, you stop. Let's touch gloves and get ready for war.
Sometimes stopped in a fight because of that nose damage, and this is one of the guys that could deliver that sort of damage to him.
My point exactly. Side-to-side movement stays out of the way of that that straight punch, because Ross is going to want to throw that left hand straight down the pike. Jess leading with a nice high kick.
And again, Ross in that southpaw stance.
There it is. Nice double leg takedown there by Jess, right into the guard of Ross.
Ross looks as though he's got the strategy of just keeping it down, maybe getting stood back up. He's tied both arms.
I was going to say to you, Rob, when it comes to the ground, what do you think of Ross's game?
It's hard to call it, really. I mean, we've seen Ross in the bottom position, but this is probably the best strategy he's got at the moment, is to tie Jess down. He's in an uncomfortable position, get stood back up, and start the fight again on his feet.
Ross has worked a lot on his game since he lost that fight to Chris Liaudin by rear naked choke, because he got out-grappled, and I think that really was a wake-up call for him to practice his jiu-jitsu. But what we're seeing here is a closed guard, and I think you're absolutely right, Rob. I think closing the guard, wrapping up the arms, he's waiting for a restart. But Jess, being smart, trying to get out of the clutches of Mr. Mason on the bottom and deliver some ground and pound.
Sorry,
if he stays busy, he'll stay on top.
Just to reiterate on something you said, let's not forget as well that Chris Liaudin is the only person that has ever actually submitted Ross Mason. You know, and you're talking about a world-class submission fighter there. So I don't think he's going to be the easiest of characters for Jess to submit. But Jess doing a good job at the moment of making life very uncomfortable and difficult for Ross.
Nice pushback there by Ross. Can he get back all the way up? And it looks like he's going to. Got to be careful not to go into a guillotine choke or to eat too many knees there.
He's trying to cover the arm.
There's the
Jess
guillotine
gets
attempt.
the arm underneath.
Jump into the guillotine by Jess. Ross may be in trouble here. Jess has got to keep his guard up high. Ross pops out.
The head out.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
But Jess is looking sharp, isn't he? He saw the opportunity for the knee. He fired it off straight away. Then the jumping guillotine. He's thinking very sharply and quickly tonight.
Very relaxed, but he's on the bottom here. If Ross can get his hands free, we could see some bombs coming Jess's way. Jess really, really smart here. Look at how he's using his hips to the side, heel on hip, push back, up kick. Jess fighting very strategically. We got an open guard call now. Ross can kick to the head now.
And Rob, you can hear the crowd go up a gear when they see that open guard.
Beautiful stomp as Ross catches the face of Jess. Jess turning, looking for a knee bar.
Now he's going to go for a heel hook.
Very good work by Jess Liaudin, looking for the submissions.
Jess has got that leg trapped now. That's one of the problems when you throw that axe kick over the top like that, is that a guy like Liaudin can grab that leg and use it against you.
Ross is in a bad position now. Jess just seems to be firing those hammer fists in.
Yeah, it's a reverse heel hook. Reverse heel hook. It got him.
Beautiful submission.
Reverse
wow.
heel hook there by Jess. And look at this. The hammer fist. Trying to get him distracted here. Watch this. There's a hammer fist there. It was a hard shot, too. Then he gets the reverse heel hook. Look at that. The knee is bent. You got nowhere to move. It's all the stress is right on that knee.
Beautiful work by Liaudin.
Ross may have wanted to jump over like that, but it was too late. Couldn't push out. An immediate. That's one of the things about the heel hook submission, especially the reverse heel hook with the knee bent like that. Once you grasp it, it's a matter of less than 1 second to where you have to tap out. There's no squeeze like a rear naked choke.
After 2 minutes, 55 seconds of round one, we have a winner by the way of heel hook, Jess, the Joker, Liaudin! And ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your runner-up, Ross, the Boss, Mason!
Oh, wicked fight. Absolutely blinding fight. I mean, first of all, I mean, that was at Earl's Court, a packed Earl's Court. How did that feel, fighting in a big arena like that?
It was a great experience for me. Two great experience, two great memory in my life was my win in shoot boxing in Japan, because I always wanted to fight there. And it's definitely my second one, fighting in front of so many thousands of people.
Yeah.
It was just great.
Well, we saw the open guard come into effect there with Ross. I mean, he axe kicked straight in, like on your jaw as you were on the floor. I mean, was you in any danger there? I mean, did it strike hard?
In fact, I saw it coming. You know, I knew as soon as the referee said open guard that someone was going to come up. So pretty much as soon as someone kicks you in the head, that's what we do. Where I train, you know, we go straight away for leg lock. So that's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for that kick, and as soon as the kick landed, bam, I went.
So that was part of a tactic to draw him in, to push his foot forward.
It's always been the tactic. I knew he's a quite aggressive fighter, and stand up on the ground, I was always going to wait for him to come in and counter him. That's what usually that's how I got the takedown, and that's why I do on the ground as well.
Yeah, Ross all the time. Whenever you see open guard calls, he doesn't hesitate. Some fighters will go, shall I? He's just straight up in the air, bang down. So that's one thing. At least you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Now, you've won a lot of fights by leg lock anyway, haven't you? You've won a lot of fights.
Yeah, I'm quite recognized for leg locks. Some people wouldn't say they won't work anymore, but perhaps because you're not very technical. They still work. Talking about leg locks, in fact, where did you buy your shoes? Shoe Express.
Now, I quite like these shoes, but that is out of order.
Yeah,
I'm not going to bring him back here, I swear to
Jess,
God.
do us a favour, put him in a leg lock and tear them feet off him.
Listen, it's been great having Jez here. Again, you find out so much more about the fighter, so much more about their dress code. God help us. But listen, from Jez, Andy, myself, Cage Fighter #1, we'll see you next time.